So I just wanted to put it out there to everybody and let the world know about sitting. So most of us sit all day long in our jobs, causing us back pain, shoulder immobility, rounded head, rounded posture, and we're always trying to fight that. We understand and we know that sitting's bad for us, but lots of times we overlook how bad it is. So I'm going to share a little story. So in the beginning years when I first started TurnFit, so about 8 years ago when I first started TurnFit, I was moving lots. So I went from a sedentary job where I would sit for 10 to 12 hours a day, being a network analyst, computer nerd, just working at the computer, sitting with regular terrible posture, not knowing how to sit. Maybe I was sitting where I'd be leaning back too much, like pushing into my chair to escape back pain, or leaning on the desk to escape back pain. And I was only in my early 20s then. So much pain. Once I started going to the gym and becoming more active, I saw how it helped me escape that pain, and it helped my mood, it helped all aspects of life. So after I did that for about a year of nonstop going to the gym, I quit the computer industry and I decided, hey, I need to move more and I need to know how to move properly. Went back to school to become a trainer, and now I'm sharing all my knowledge with you. So why I think it's so important, again, and I'm referring back to just sitting being terrible, because I've been in and out of stages of my life where I had to sit more, caused lots of pain. And then when I sat less pain. So in the beginning of my career of TurnFit, I was moving a lot more. I was personally training all my clients, and I was working about 10-hour days on my feet, just training people, standing all day long, engaging the muscles that should be working. Now, in the last few years, when I'm managing and overseeing all the programs, I'm not training people myself. I'm partnering up the right trainers or building online programs worldwide for people. And I find that I'm sitting more as I'm developing all these systems and editing all these how-to videos and just putting content out there to the world. I find that by sitting on chairs, either couch or all these other chairs, so much back pain. Even I go into my office at the gym, sitting, it sucks. It causes all these muscles to just kill themselves, in mean terms, I guess you could say. So if you're not giving the muscle a reason to survive, our bodies are super smart and it says, hey, get rid of this. Why is it getting rid of it? Because it's a high energy upkeep. So it's keeping our metabolism high, it's keeping it revved up if we have all this muscle on us. But as soon as we stop using it, the body's like, get rid of it, we don't want that high energy upkeep. Our bodies want us to be like a smart car or a Prius. It wants to conserve energy. And what happens when we conserve energy? On top of our back pain, shoulder immobility, then we start to develop a gut. We start to develop more body fat. And then our metabolism keeps slowing down. Then typically after that, we just have lower energy. Why? Because if we're not moving more, our bodies are getting used to that inactivity, and it's running on barely nothing to survive and storing everything as fuel. Then we're starting to breathe improperly. We're starting to breathe through our chest instead of our stomach like we should, or through our lower core. And then our body tricks itself. It thinks it's dying or running to something or some kind of emergency situation. It's eventually, sometimes, and I've seen it many times, it goes into adrenal fatigue and you just burn out your body. I've been through different stages of my life where I burnt myself out, where I sat too much and I hurt myself. I started to go through that phase again where I was hurting myself sitting so much, because most of the time, like what you can see right here, and I just recently got my stand-up mobile office. This is portable, I can bring it anywhere. On the TV screen there, I have my screen here and screen there. So I'm building a couple of programs and coaching clients at the exact same time. On here, I'm developing a brand new program. It's designed just for ladies, and it's a 12-week Mastering Foundational Movements program. Sounds complicated, but it's super crazy easy. So most of our clients that keep coming into us all the time is say, I don't have enough time. Okay, so I hear that over and over again. It's not budget, it's I don't have enough time. When you're saying you don't have enough time, what a more true statement would actually be is it's not a high enough priority. Why it's not a high enough priority? Because lots of people don't know what it is to feel optimal. So I myself know what it feels like to be optimal. I love high energy. I run on it, I thrive on it. When I'm feeling normal, like most people when you're walking around, they're like, how's your day? You're like, oh, it's shitty. This, negativity. I just have to get through the week. I have to get through the week. I want to wake up energy all day long until I go to sleep. And that's how most people know me. The old me, I didn't have that. So I had to think back and figure out steps that I can give you that you'll instantly notice. So in these programs, if I can just teach you how to stand properly all day long, or even sit properly all day long, I can get your glutes to fire up and your core to fire up. If these two fire up, it helps relax and stretch this guy out. So imagine giving you standing exercises or seated exercises that I can give you that you can do throughout the day without anybody noticing. They'll get you so much more results than doing traditional crunches. And actually, traditional crunches might be making the problem worse, because if you're working this, you're just making the posture worse. So, I relate to that story back to when I did a bodybuilding contest. I was shredded, had those abs, I had zero core strength. So we're going back to the foundation, creating core strength, but healthy, proper core strength. They'll rev up that metabolism, build that booty, and fix it at the same time. And when the booty's working, the core is working. When these two are working, then you'll be more likely to walk properly. We start all the way back from how you should stand, how the feet should be standing, what should engage. So like one tip right now, if you were at work and maybe you had a stand-up desk, then maybe I might give you like a band exercise to just maybe wrap around your feet. You could do it at home too, before you go to work or after you go to work. And then just standing properly. So what I'm trying to do is I'm imagining trying to rip the ground apart, like there's a paper in between my feet, and rip it apart. If I find my hip bones moving about an inch, poke in, nice and firm. Check the butt, nice and firm. And then my posture is fine. And then I'm just holding it. It's almost like a plank. If you don't want to do that at work, I can give you exercises without this band, and then we can build on it. So everything we do for the few weeks is just fixing posture. Have you ever hit a plateau before? So anything, sport or anything in life, if you hit a plateau, it's probably because you have to maybe go back to the basics and then fix something that maybe bad habits you had. So going back to sitting is the new smoking. I put a couple of activities of what you can do to help get out of that. And I'm sharing this and I'm extremely passionate about it because we've witnessed a whole generation sit for way longer than our grandparents or great-grandparents. I know my grandparents and great-grandparents lived to like close to 100. Same with on my wife's side. And then now, it's just crazy seeing all the new things that are creeping up even in our family as early as like 50, 60, it's crazy. People shouldn't have these pains. You shouldn't have to sit down to put on your socks. You should be able to stand up and put on your socks or tie your shoes, whatever it may be. If you can't, it's okay. I can get you back to that state. The reason you can't right now is just because you don't have that muscle on you right now. But if we train balance and stability back into your life, then you can do anything at any age. It's truly mental, most of it. So wouldn't it be nice to have optimal health and walk around when you're 90, 100? I know a few people out there said they want to live to 120, 150. Who knows, with all the technology that's coming our way, with all the 3D printing and all the cool stuff to help us. But most of our pains are coming because of super tight muscles that shouldn't be tight and really weak stability muscles. So I know I kind of got off on there, and you can tell I'm extremely passionate because I deeply care, because it saddens me so much when I see people that are in a state of pain and they get told to do something to help them, but it causes them more pain because maybe that person wasn't educated enough. And yeah, probably when I started my career 8 years ago, I was an insanely good accountability partner. I could hold you accountable to anything. Lots of trainers are great accountability partners. At the beginning, I didn't have as much knowledge as I do today, and probably what I would have told my clients 8 years ago, I definitely wouldn't be telling them that today. But that was based on all the knowledge I had back then, and based on all the schooling back then. Lots of things have changed so much, and the professionals that I partner and align myself with are all saying the same thing, whether it's a doctor, physio, chiro. All our new knowledge and all the tools we have are way simpler than you think. So most people think you have to go to a gym to get results. You could be walking on the street getting results, you could be standing right here working, getting results. And if you're already gonna stand and you're already gonna walk, let's do it efficiently. Like, what if I could triple your goals by just teaching you how to walk properly? Wouldn't that be nice? I guarantee that if you ask for help, I'll be there to help you, whatever it may be. So whenever you're hiring any health professional, because after watching this, you might be more inclined to go and help yourself, and I encourage you to do so. But any professional that you go out to there and ask for help, get them to show you how you should be moving. If they can't understand and they don't understand how the body should move and why, then they're a good accountability partner possibly, but they don't know anything about the body. So you weigh the odds. Maybe do you need, at that point, because it's a budget thing, do you need to partner up maybe with a friend and just make a phone call every day saying, hey, or send a text message, hey, it's 6 a.m., I'm headed to the gym. 7 a.m., hey, just came back from the gym, going to shower. And you guys hold each other accountable like that, because that's what me and my friend did for a year. We held each other accountable. We actually went together 5 days a week, unless one of us was sick, and then we would still go but hold each other accountable through phone call or texting. We did that for a year because we were really good friends and accountability partners, and we called each other out on all our BS. So if it was like, I'm too tired to go to the gym, too bad, go. I feel a little bit off. No, you don't. I saw you at the store the other day. That's a lie. So maybe you need somebody to hold you accountable that way. I know with our custom training, we hold people accountability like online. We train people worldwide, and we can tell as soon as you've done the workout, because it tells us. And it sends you messages daily when you should be doing the workouts. We also message you daily, nice messages. And the wicked part about our online training is we built a huge community. So not a huge, but there's a support system that has maybe 1,000 to 2,000 people, depending on which group you're in, to help hold you accountable. And for all our paid members, we keep the group super small. So sometimes there's 10 people, sometimes there's 40 people. And the reason I love the community is because even though for our online platform we have 3 coaches coaching you all the time throughout all of it, I've often heard people say, well, it's easy for you to say. Oh, it's easy for them to say. They do it, their genetics are wicked. They've probably been like that all their life. But once you learn a little bit about me, I was inactive, I was overweight, I was depressed, I was anxious. I'm a completely different person today than I was 8 to 10 years ago. Nobody knows the old me really well. Even family and friends, I hid that version from the world. I'll share with the world now, though, that I was at a point in my life where I wanted to end my own life. And I thought about it, had it all planned out, and weighed all the odds. I was very close. I didn't. Luckily, I didn't, because I can share all this with you. To keep everybody that might be concerned of me saying that, I definitely have zero feelings towards that old person anymore. I hated my life before, hated the world, was angry at everything, depressed, lots of stuff. Now, I love life. I wake up, love it, appreciate it. I'm present in the moment. I get extreme joy from helping others, and that's what motivates me. My personal goal is to help as many people as physically possible. And that's why in here, in our online training platform, I've changed it right now for the next little bit, depending on the availability of people. So there is limited spots. I don't want to overextend myself and help a massive amount of people, but I believe in quality. So what we did with the online training is I changed it from $85 a week to right now $39 a week. And our next group is starting after the 15th. So the 15th, I believe, is a Thursday possibly of this month, but we're going to start it on the Monday. And the reason I want lots of people, even though it might be tailored more to you this way and tailored to her this way and tailored to her this way, I want you to start together in a community. I love helping people so much that your first session in person with me, if you choose to do that route, is only $33 right now instead of $150. I do a full complete body scan on you, 24 points across the body and checking for muscle imbalances and strengths and weaknesses. It will also tell me body fat, but I'm not as concerned with the body fat. I will educate if needed if you ask me on what a healthy body fat is, but I try and stay away from that. If I can get you moving properly and just eating decently, always your body fat will go to where it needs to go. Always. That's a side effect of just feeling better, looking, you will look great. So when you feel good, you'll look good. Trust me, it always happens. But if you focus too much on the body image, sometimes you'll do unhealthy things to get there, and I don't want that. I want it to be sustainable. I want you to do this plan maybe once, 12-week program, and then you could be good for the rest of your life. You just learn so much from me within 3 months that you change your whole life. And why that I get such passion is because if you change your life and you get such joy like I did when I first started working out, that you will go probably out of your way to help somebody else. And that domino effect will create a positive preventative healthcare system one day. Right now, we're just too reactive. So speaking on the reactive part, I do know that eventually it will be a preventative thing. But right now, when you book in for that $33 in person, if you meet me in the gym or my team in the gym for the first session for $33, I'm taking that full amount and donating it to the Heart and Stroke Foundation. And there's a story behind that as well, because they've done such great success and helped me, my mom, and many others. But obviously, I'm passionate about it a lot because my mom had heart surgery and there was complications and everything, but they've been nothing but amazing, the Heart and Stroke Foundation. So you come in, you learn about yourself, and you get to help somebody else, and eventually that chain reaction of prevention will happen. It won't happen instantly, it probably won't happen in the next 10 years. The more people that get on and help themselves, yeah, maybe 15 years from now. So let's get on it now and do it the super easy way. Most professionals are going to try and sell you on their way is best, and I'm not saying that you only need one professional. I'm saying, so my trade is muscles and how they move. So I'm selling you on the idea that you can fix your problems. I also, though, see a chiro and physio and a massage therapist myself, and why I do is because I believe they help get me to a state where I need to be faster. So if a chiro, physio, massage therapist, whoever it may be, can increase my passive range of motion a little bit more, so passive is meaning they can lift my hand above my head, maybe I can only raise it to here. But if they help get rid of some sticking points, other issues that I needed to get rid of, it will help me get to my goals faster. So I'm not saying you do not need them, I'm definitely not saying that. But I'm saying that you don't need any kind of real gimmicks. You could stand here and engage your core, or you can stand here and not engage your core. You make the decision. You could be seated with good posture, so it looks like you're slouching almost with a neutral spine, or you could be sitting with shitty posture. You are in control. So again, I'm trying to give you all the tools out there. I can see a couple of people maybe have messaged me, and I just can't see from that far, so maybe I'll walk a little bit closer. I just wanted to show you the stand-up desk and everything like that. Yeah, Alexis, you are insanely good. You transformed a lot since you've been training with us. Let's see if I can see anybody else. Thanks, Joseph. What about your booty? Joseph, yeah, your booty's nice and strong because you do all sorts of activities. And speaking on reading Joseph's message, so if you think that you can't eat healthy, eating healthier is easier than you think. So usually it's less complicated than you would ever expect. I personally do not enjoy cooking. I don't get great joy out of it. So anything that I don't get great joy out of, I try to outsource to somebody else that it gives them great joy, and then it can help both parties. Joseph that messaged here, he is one of the owners of Movement Foods in Vancouver. So if you were thinking of a meal delivery service, I would highly recommend them. My wife and I used them for about a year straight, and now I still use them on and off as I do cook some things for myself. And I really, really love the food. I love the quality of food. And because I know the owners, I know what kind of quality of food that's going in there too, and I know their passion for it. I've seen so many meal prep companies, and it's more about the profit. These guys, yes, you need a profit to make a living, but are more concerned about getting you healthier. And it all kind of aligns with me very easily as well, because I teach most people just use MyFitnessPal as a free app, for example, and log what you're eating every day. If you are mindful and you know what you're eating, then you'll make the positive choices for yourself. So like if you go to a coffee shop and you have either a regular coffee or hot chocolate, let's say, and you find out that a regular coffee is actually a little bit better for you, for your goals, then you'll just start logging the regular coffee and cut out that hot chocolate, and maybe you saved yourself 150 calories for the day. And I'm just talking about calories in versus calories out right this second. It's more complicated than that. What I love about Movement Foods is they make it so easy. You can order online, they can customize everything for you, and when it comes to you, you take that package and you can even scan the barcode and it puts it right into MyFitnessPal. Alright, so I'm going to cut it off on this video right now just because I went over a lot of things, and I only intention was just to tell you about how bad sitting is, and to kind of make a couple of jokes about sitting and that we know. So back then, and I still see some people like just smoking, and I'm like, okay, we know it's bad. You're literally burning your money. You're smoking, you're burning your money. But guess what? Every time you're seated and you're seated improperly, you're still burning your money, and probably could be even more. Why? Because then you have to spend more money on your health. So the more time you spend doing unhealthy habits, the more time you have to fix it. Investing in your health as early as possible is the equivalent of getting some stocks and getting some dividends. So if you invest a little bit right now and you get a dividend check and you see it's only $1, you're like, oh, it's nothing. Same thing with when people first start getting to their health. They might do a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month. And maybe for 50 years they did unhealthy things. And they're like, a month, it's not worth it. But I guarantee that it'll pay off, because when 10 years goes by, you'll be kind of like me and you'll be just insanely happy, insanely healthy. 20 years, I can't imagine what I'm going to be like in 20 years. 30, 40, imagine if I can be walking around at 100, 120, 150 with all the health that I have right now, and possibly maybe a little bit more, just because I've learned more, I have more knowledge about the body, I do invest in my health, I even hire my teammates to hold me accountable, because being a busy business owner, sometimes I don't make it a priority for my own health, because when you're in the health industry, I found a lot is that you just get such great joy giving. And I get such great joy giving, and that's how I burnt myself out a few times. So sometimes I need to hire my own team as accountability partners to put me through the paces and get me to optimal health. Every good coach in the world has some kind of coach out there to help them hold accountable to hit their goals. So that's it for me. I'm David Turnbull. You know that already because you're on my Facebook, but I'm the owner of TurnFit Personal Trainers, and our mission is to create a happier and healthier you. So go out and enjoy the day. Share this video with your friends and family. You don't know whose life you could be possibly changing just by learning a couple of things. And maybe you already told a friend or family member that maybe you need a partial stand-up desk and just to stand. Maybe you need an alarm just to stand every 20 minutes, just to stand and move, just to get things going. Again, imagine, I know I said I was going to say goodbye, but imagine you had a car and you left it in the garage for a year without driving it. Well, it probably wouldn't work. Things would be seized up on it a little bit. And if it did work, it wouldn't work the same day as if you kept it lubricated and going a little bit, moving every single day. Our bodies are the best machines that we have, the most complex things out there, but things can be far easier than you would ever expect. All right, signing off. Enjoy. Cheers, everybody.